Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black House Booking here with a brand new video. As always, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Real Black House Booking. Follow me on the TikTok at Black House Booking, and join my Patreon where you can get the exclusive content and check the merch out, which is right above the comment section. Enough about me, though. I got a special guest in the building for this W video today. I got the Mama from Alabama. I got the Wise Woman. I got Abby in the building. Abby, what's going on? How you feeling today?
Hey, thanks for having me, Kai. I appreciate you inviting me on the channel. You can find me on IG at VoodleBop. I make polymer clay figures and I talk about wrestling on my stories, basically. So thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And we got a good video today. Another tier list, of course, and of course we got to make it very creative. Today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rank WWE couples, and I'm putting that in air quotes because I had to make it a little bit more interesting. But basically, on-screen duos, that are the opposite sex, and either they were linked romantically, just a manager and a client. We have some real couples on here that at least made one appearance on TV as well. So that's why a couple of people have made this list. But you know what I'm saying? We don't have too many because we want to keep it current, keep it fresh, and then maybe eventually I'll come back and do all time with even more WWE couples. So since we're gonna do this, let's talk about the tiers. We got goated couple, which speaks for itself. We got great couple. But then we got a couple that it worked, but it really wasn't all that. Maybe they didn't really see a lot of success, but like people liked them a lot. We got a toxic on-screen couple, and I'm sure I already see a couple that I'm definitely about to put on there once it's my turn. And then last but not least, we got trash, trash, trash. I mean, it speaks for itself. I think it's a couple of trash. See, I see some that I would consider trash, so we gonna see. But Abby, I'm gonna let you do the honors, and I'm gonna let you have the first pick in the couples 2025 draft. So, who do you want to pick, and where do you want to go?
I was hoping you'd let me go first. And even though you probably weren't going to pick this first, I wasn't even planning on picking this one first, but I'm going with Sensational Sherry and Sean.
Mm.
Toxic, very toxic, but still a goated combination. When Sherry did his theme, underrated version in my opinion, but very toxic, but they really did elevate each other. I feel like Sherry really elevated Sean and the breakup and turned into the Heartbreak Kid. Well, he was already the Heartbreak Kid, right? Or did he become the Heartbreak Kid after the breakup with Sherry? Because he broke her heart. But
I
I
mean, yeah,
Yeah, but I still enjoyed, their chemistry together and I thought it was pretty cool and I hate that, you know, we never really got to see them reunite really.
you know what? I'm gonna leave them there, but I definitely do agree that they were great. Sensational Sarah, I actually like the version of her singing the theme song. It's a guilty pleasure for me because it just sounds like, it got that old school feel, and I really like that version of the theme song. But nah, I'll leave them on Toxic. But
I mean, it was a toxic relationship because it was one-sided basically, like I'm gonna just say in like storyline it's toxic, but what from what we're seeing they're great.
yeah, I agree. I don't think they go there, but I'll definitely put them in great, if not Toxic for sure.
Hmm.
Speaking of, let's go Toxic again. I think this is pretty easy. We got to go Kane and Lita. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, he, Kane was a simp, a scary simp. He was basically just holding his spot for Edge. You know what I'm saying? Until Edge came back, he was keeping her warm, but he was abusive. He was doing the most. Didn't she have like a neck brace or a black eye or something? He was doing some wild stuff. Like
He
that was a wild storyline.
Yeah, I would have put them in trash, trash, trash. And I like how the
Mm.
first thing you go to is simp behavior. Like, no, he was a rapist, basically. I don't know if I could say that.
Nah, you can say we already 7 minutes in.
But a crazy person, giving her Stockholm syndrome and stuff. I hated it that they put them all together. Sure, she turned on him in the end, but it's still like, I don't know. It
But
was weird.
you know what's making it more toxic? Even when she turned on him in the end, they tried to make him seem like the sympathetic one that got betrayed.
Right.
I'm like, bro, this man was what?
Right. Like
I'm like, that's crazy, bro. What the?
a different time.
He's whooping on. Did he whoop on Matt Hardy for a little bit? I'm like, man, this is insane, bro. But yeah, they definitely was toxic and definitely one of my least favorite pairings for Lita. Lita's on this list, a couple of times. I had one more I was gonna put on here, but I left it off. But like, I really hated this. I'm not gonna lie, it was a waste of time. But the end progressed to where it's supposed to progress. So it was like whatever.
Hmm.
What you got for
Now
the next one?
let's be more wholesome. I was gonna go, God, I'm gonna go with King Booker and Queen Charmel. They're a goated couple, in my opinion. It's just like when Booker T was already a great, wrestler and character on his own. But when he introduced Charmel into the fold, it really just elevated, especially the King Booker character. And I just love seeing like, their chemistry on screen. So I think they're goated.
I'll put him in great. I I think he was so good as King Booker. Even if he didn't have her, it really wouldn't. I think he still would have been the same, but having her added like more element because then if I'm not mistaken, I think the Boogeyman was the one that did something to her around that time.
Yeah.
She had to take the worms. She had to take disrespect from John Cena. She took a lot of good spots during that time, and it did elevate, the King. And that's the first time if I'm not mistaken, might have been one of the first times somebody was King of the Ring actually had a queen. I could be tripping. Somebody else might have, but this is the one that was most memorable. So we could leave him in. Well, I mean, we're gonna leave him in goated for sure. But I definitely would put him in great because the ones who I got in goated, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that spot at WrestleMania 23 and the tables, ladders, and chairs. Well, no, it was the Money in the Bank, excuse me. But where Matt Hardy was gonna like, what was he gonna do? Twist of Fate. He was gonna
Oh,
hit Charmel with the Twist of Fate,
mm.
and JBL's like, leave her, Booker. I left plenty of women or whatever. Like, I thought that was a funny spot, but he still came down and he helped her. So goated in my opinion. But it took him a little while.
He
We'll
should have
talk about
won.
that later.
He should just won the damn match. Let's see. Yeah, underrated. Hmm. You know what? Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell, I'll put them on work, but not all that. Because at the end of the day, only thing it did for Dexter Loomis really was give him fans, like the shipping, the Tumblr posts, and all that. It definitely worked out more for Indy Hartwell because it helped progress the Way storyline, and then them getting together actually helped the Way to become because they was the heel version of the Way, then it became like sympathetic. So it worked, but it didn't later on when he finally debuted, they did a little Easter egg or whatever, but they didn't really elevate nothing. But it was cool for what it was for NXT. So I liked it.
Yeah, like from what I saw, they did have, good chemistry and it was cute, but they did nothing with both of them. So I feel like that's why it really didn't work at all because where are they now?
Now
So,
wait a minute. And one is a tag team champion. Now hold on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And
Okay.
the other one, she and TNA getting her ass whooped, but that's neither here nor there. What you got?
All right, let's see. A goated couple, even though very toxic, is Edge and Lita. I just gotta say that, like, really, they go together. They really do. Toxic in real life, on screen. They were just like, the ultimate power bully couple, perfect heels together. Perfect. So I'm gonna say
I,
goated.
I think that might be. I got another contender for go. I think that like could compete with number one of all time, but I think Edge Lita gotta be in that conversation because not only did that shit happen on screen, but it happened off screen. She literally cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge in real life. Matt Hardy got fired because he lost his girl and lost his job, but he lucky Vince McMahon is a sucker for money. Otherwise, that would have been one of the most heartbreaking stories ever.
Yeah.
And And all that, and he still lost the feud, and Edge became the WWE champion. So,
Yeah,
I
Matt's better
mean,
than me. I would have been in an asylum or something. I would have been crashed out, like the hardest crash out known to man. But Matt, you know what? Props to him though.
that was
Couldn't
the
be
best
beat.
era. I loved it. Edge and Lita was definitely the best. Lot the live sex celebration, the just the leaders started wearing the low cut shirts, and I'm like, yo, they going they leaned in with the rated R superstar stuff. So I think it definitely got to be goated for sure. Even though Lita got the worst end of it because she went out on her back in a bad way, but it
Yeah.
was still great though. When they had a great run.
Hmm.
But you got.
Oh, it's your turn.
Oh shit! I thought. See, I'm talking about him so much. I thought I
Hey,
picked him and shit.
I'll go again. Don't worry.
No. Oh man. Even my water bottle, like, nah, stop. Wait. Okay, I thought I didn't put them on there. Speaking of go to, ooh, this might be controversial, low key. You know what? I'm actually gonna put the Miz and Maurice in great couple. They
Yeah,
they could be goated for real life and what they built with their shows and all blah 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 blah. But I don't think Maurice helped the Miz as much. The Miz was over regardless. I think the Miz, because whenever she wasn't there, he was still doing his thing, and she helped them in the beginning for sure when they was first like messing around backstage, and then they became. But she was a good arm piece to him and added value, but I don't think that she really elevated the Miz that much. So, but they were still cool though.
I agree with great couple. And all I can think of right now is Marie saying, my husband has average balls. And the Miz being like, my husband has huge balls,
Yeah.
massive.
I watched that live. I was like, bro, I'm watching some bullshit. That shit was funny though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and it led to the greatest ring gear of all time. The Miz coming out with the trunks with "My balls are massive" on the slapped on the front. Like it's crazy. It was crazy. I'm like, now what in the world?
What a time to be alive. That was fun though.
But all right, let's see who we got here. I'm gonna go with Dominic and Rhea. Their dynamic worked really well, and that was great. But it was toxic. It was toxic because literally they like Rhea and the Judgment Day kidnapped Dom. They implied that Rhea and them they would beat the shit out of Dom. So basically, I don't even know that like that's an abuse story. Like it started off abusive. So, but it led to the greatest like character change of all time. Like it made me care about Dominic. So they did good together. I like their dynamic. So I say they're great, but they're toxic.
That's a tough one because so funny enough, I almost think I might like them better than him and Liv, but I can see why him and Liv is better on screen couple. She hold the ropes for him. She actually do shit for him. Like
I
Rhea
mean,
beating his ass, like you said. So
but I like Rhea and Dom better than Liv and Dominic. Like, sure,
yeah,
they're a healthier, I guess, a healthier couple, Dominic and Liv. But it just seemed like, like, oh, after, like, I don't know. Rhea and Dominic were more interesting.
that they just rebounded pretty much.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now you got to rank Liv and Dom. You can't, like,
Yeah, I got to.
where,
I'm gonna put him in great though, cause it worked. It worked for sure. Um, and it's definitely one of that SummerSlam Kiss was one of the most watched videos of that or maybe the year that happened for sure. Was that last year? Yeah, I think it was last. Damn, I think it was last year SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was. Time moves weird, y'all. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, that was one of the most watched videos ever. And the build up to the she was at the top of the row crying because he said he hated her, blah blah blah. And then we finally betrayed Rhea at SummerSlam. The payoff was great. So I definitely think even now, if she wasn't hurt, they would definitely still be doing something. So I definitely liked it for sure. That was probably one of my favorite moments.
Mhm. Yeah, so let's see. I got Jimmy and Naomi in real life, goated couple. On screen, they're a great couple. Like them on Total Divas, were the best part of the show. Like I only go and watch their highlights. And just they're just adorable together. Like they're just like you could I wish they would pair them together more on screen, but I guess like I get that they're doing their own thing right now. But like when Naomi turns back babyface, put them together or something. Like I want to see more of them on screen.
Yeah, the Total Divas thing definitely got them over even more for me. And I wish they should have just kept doing the mixed tag thing so they could link up again or do the blood. She should have been part of the bloodline with Nia Jax, but that's neither here nor there. But they definitely great for sure. Even with the little stint they had good chemistry. I remember the video where she came out and did his entrance with Jay and she
Yeah.
dressed up like Jimmy. That shit was funny as hell. And then he did her shit. So I'm fucking with it for sure. That's a good pick. I'm about to fuck people's head up with this one.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, we need somebody being trash. Let me get this bullshit out the way. Bobby
Okay.
Lashley and Lana, get that shit the fuck out of here. That shit was the worst storyline I ever seen in my life, and that shit, it was never gonna work. They made Liv Morgan a lesbian randomly for no reason. They made Rusev a cuckold. Like it was too much. I wasn't fucking with it. That shit was terrible.
It's like something they just threw together for like shock value. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
like yeah, it's like yeah, the shock value, it's interesting and entertaining, but if it's just random, it's just like it's trash, it's whatever. Like, okay, like let's see. I can't believe you don't have this couple. Like, sure, they've never been like on screen really like paired together, but Bianca and Montez.
I was gonna put them. Actually, I think I did. So, some of my stuff didn't upload because I did actually save the picture. So it didn't come. That's gonna be for part two. Fuck it. I definitely
But
did say I looked them up and saved the picture actually. So I don't know why. And I had Eddie in China and I had Karrion Cross and Scarlett. So that's the universe telling me that part two is coming.
yeah, okay, yeah, definitely you gotta do the part two. But let's see, let's do Macho Man and Elizabeth, they're goated, just a little bit before my time. Of course, I wasn't like watching back then, but just seeing like, just the impact it had on the crowd and the wrestling universe and just always seeing highlights of it, just them, they really were like the first lady and like, first man, like what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, dude, but anyway, of wrestling at that time, like the it couple, the wrestling it couple, I would say of the time, I would say even the first one. So they got to be goated just for, the impact alone.
I agree. I definitely got them up there for sure. Even, I mean. See, yeah, I'm definitely missing because I had Sherry and Macho Man on here too. But that's neither here nor there. Obviously, that stuff gonna be for it too. But yeah, nah, that's easy. Even with the bullshit with Hulk Hogan, they still go there for sure. So yeah, I'm definitely rocking with you on that one. And since we're gonna do a part two, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's do two more each.
Okay.
Let me get this shit out of the way, man. This is the competition for number one gold couple. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. I think that's a
Oh,
layup, bro.
you stole
That's
mine.
that's a layup, bro. Even the
But
inception of
toxic.
them. Nah. I mean, the start was, but as time progressed, I think they became a power couple in WWE. You know what I'm saying? Having tag team matches against people, having both the belts together. She had the women's, he had the WWE championship. Um, you know what I'm saying? I think they goated for real, and they're a power couple in real life too. Running
Yeah.
shit basically. I don't know. I mean, yeah, toxic. She ain't even know it. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But still, you know what I'm saying? He got his woman, so hey.
And this reminds me on part two, you definitely need to put Sean and Triple H as one. I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
Hey, look, listen, you talking about Steph and Triple H running stuff. Hey, Sean and Triple H are running stuff, okay? Like, but anyway, let's see. Mandy Rose and Otis. I'ma say worked, but not all that.
Thank you.
It was cute, but That's it. It was just cute. I'm gonna just say that.
Motherfucker was overhyping that shit, man.
Hmm.
It made a lot of dudes feel good at home. I'm gonna leave it at that about themselves. That it gave them hope, but well, motherfucker, this ain't a fantasy. Yeah, that shit was. It helped them win Money in the Bank, though we fucking lost. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So I want to end with a good one. I'll be positive. Why not? Oh, I gotta show love. Johnny Nitro and Melina for sure is a great couple. What? Johnny Nitro and Melina around that time, like the entrance was everything. She helped him win a couple of matches. He was IC champ. She became women's champ. I mean, that shit with Batista is neither here nor there. Batista, he a hoe for that. But they was a good couple, and she definitely was doing good shit when he was feuding with Jeff Hardy as well. She added a lot of value to that. And Melina, Melina, yeah, I'll leave it
Not
at
you looking
that.
over your shoulder.
Yeah, the streets be watching.
Yeah, they do. But I'm gonna go out with a bang though, because I just peeped who these people are, like on the pictures right here. I was like, ain't no way that's Vince McMahon and Trish. Toxic as hell. Very toxic. The whole thing. You need to put Vince and Linda in that too. Like it was a
Mm.
all the way around. That yeah, shit. They need a whole like other like category, I feel like.
I must
Toxic as
say,
hell.
Vince alone could have at least like eight on this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we gotta do a part two for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead these people right here because we definitely gotta do a part two.
Hmm.
But y'all, that's the video for today, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all follow Abby, on Instagram. I got the Instagram tag already on the video. I'm already 5 steps ahead of y'all. And make sure y'all, buy some arts. I got one myself. I don't want to get up and get it. I'm on a Zoom call, so I got, the top don't match the bottom. I got on shorts for no reason. But hey, man, I promise y'all, we supporting, good content, good work. So anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Well, I just want to say thank you for having me and thank you for shouting out my page. This was fun. Definitely, I got to give you more like couple ideas on here to add. I feel like part two is going to be some wild ones on here.
Y'all heard it here first, bro. Run them likes up, run them comments up, and y'all gonna get y'all part two, man. Maybe very soon. It all depends, but we gonna see what y'all do. Appreciate you. We out.